Hi everyone, this is Terence Tan here, the Impossible Investor. As I lead my community to greater returns and greater heights for 2019 itself, we would also like to share in our community itself, or for myself for a reason over here, which 10 stocks that I look towards in 2019 that is going to do well in the markets as we know over here. Right, so markets are a new high, but there's still a lot of great companies out there that's worth looking at in 2019. So as we wind down towards the end of the year, week by week, I'm going to share with you all one stock each week that I really fancy in 2019 itself that you could probably profit from in the markets over here. Right, so let's begin this over here with week one and our first stock for the week over here. Do note over here that we are not ranking it in order, and all 10 stocks are equally good in our list. So this is a list that I built for my community over here, and all of them have access to this list of stocks that we work with. So I'm just highlighting 10 over here that I think are the best suited to rise over here in 2019. So the first company we're going to look at is AT&T, and the stock symbol is actually T over here. Now, if you'd like to know more about the company, it's pretty much the most established and biggest telco company in the US. And if we have to compare it in Singapore terms, you'll probably be looking at Singtel. And if we compare it in Malaysian terms, then it's probably Celcom. Right now, so pretty much what I'm trying to position is it's the national telecom company, and it's probably the first one around before all the competitors were allowed to compete in this market over here. Now, so no telco company can really operate as a monopoly over here as AT&T has done and built over the years. And pretty much in the US right now, there's only one closest competitor to it, and that's probably Verizon Wireless over here. Now, AT&T has currently really low valuations, and that's pretty much due to its acquisitions that is done over the past few years, and more so in recent times, Time Warner's deal itself. Now, you see with Time Warner's deal itself, there are so many legal implications of it crossing into the monopoly territory, and there are so many people trying to stop this merger from happening. Yet it still happened, and it was voted through over here. Yet many people are right now appealing against it again. So this is something that causes what we call a dark cloud cover over a great company itself. And you have to understand this. Whenever there's a dark cloud issue, or what we call as uncertainty in any great companies, it pulls investors back from putting more money into the stock itself, and it also probably stops fund managers from allocating more capital into the company until it settles and sorts these issues out over here. Now, so dark cloud cover over here, as we call it, not pretty much in terms of technical terms, but just as a simple terms of uncertainties that the company is facing. It hangs over this industry dominator over here. Yet, the company continues to get gush cash flow over here as it continues to await the next breakthrough as a company itself in terms of its profitability. Now, going further over here, what we can see right now is, as I put over here, this is one of the recent day prices that we are looking at, and I'm recording this video on, let me check the date over here, it's 5th of November right now. So I have AT&T round about $30.52 over here on my screen right now. And what you can see over here is the depressed valuations right now has really led us to achieve what we call really great income or dividend yield of almost 6.56%. As you can see it over here, the forward dividend rate, which is $2 over here. And if you divide it over by the cost of the share today, that's pretty much going to give you a 6.56% dividend return, just holding on to this stock in the next 1 year, which pretty much means that even in the next 1 year, this stock were to just stay where it is on the 31st of December itself, you're still going to rake in a dividend return of about 6.56% from this stock itself. Right now, so this is pretty much going to set the base return for a company if you're going to invest in it, and that's not too bad comparing to the interest rate that the US banks are offering right now to the US investors. And the stature of the company itself puts it in a great position as one of the best dividend payers in the market right now as well. Now, apart from that as well, if we look further as well, recent prices has also pointed towards a very low PE ratio, pardon my spelling over there, a low PE ratio of 5.96 over here. And that's a really low PE ratio for a great company, right? A great company where the markets we know right now are still pretty much at the top tier end of where things are on 5th of November right now. So, we're having a great stock in a depressed price level in a market that's really on the higher end of its range over here. Now, if you look at the 52-week range over here, which goes from 28.85 to 39.33, where I'm pointing my mouse at, you would see that the current price of 30.52, it's also towards the lower end of this spectrum as well over here. So, you know, it provides that safety of going into a really good company, or what we could call a more simplistic term as a blue chip company, going into 2019 with the market still at a high right now in November 2018. Now, going further as well, just looking at the financial reports and statements of AT&T, what I'm presenting to you right now is courtesy of Morningstar.com, and it gives you a 10-year look of the company, and you could see the sales revenue of the 10 years in this company over here has pretty much been really stable, and it's pretty much been on an increasing trend over here over the years. So this is also a good sign of steady and strong revenue trend over a 10-year period, right? So this provides safety in terms of the fundamentals of the company. Now, so in IMP, one great thing and one different thing that we really do over here is, yes, we're strong on fundamentals, but no, we do not need to do a lot of analysis work over here. Once you understand how our business model or how our analysis actually goes deep into a company and make sure you get them on a safe structure, and they're pretty much one of the safest companies out there over here. Now, so going further, all our graduates in our community over here has access to what we call an IMP valuator. And as you can see over here, a valuator, which I've done some time back, when the current stock price of AT&T is still trading at $32.86, using our cash spectrum and stock price spectrum over here, we have identified a target price to purchase, which is probably the most ideal over here at about $30.13. And anything below $33.48 is still safe on a long-term basis over here. Now, so pretty much it presents us a money trail and price trail analysis that we have in our community over here of what we call green lights. Now, so how you use this color codes over here is pretty much very simple to understand. If you are on the road right now and you're seeing green on the traffic light, so what are you supposed to do? All right, you're supposed to go. All right, so because you're supposed to go, that means this stock, if you're seeing a green signal over here, it pretty much means that you're supposed to go ahead. All right, that means it's worth taking a look at. And if you're looking for a stock to add into your portfolio and you're good with this company, you're happy with the security that you get with such a company itself, then it's good to go. Right now, so our impossible stock filters over here has a unique valuation model that is set over a long-term period of a 5-year analysis using our money filter over here. And that's coupled together with a medium-term analysis of a 1-year outlook with our price filter. Now, so this both gives us a safe valuation, both in terms of a medium-term period as well as a short-term period over here. So think of this pretty much like a rubber band right now on the stock. It's cheap, it's being pulled downwards over here, and it's ready to snap. And if it does snap upwards over here, once the dark cloud cover is taken away from the company itself, we could actually see the stock price hitting new highs over here in 2019. All right, now going further over here, so these are pretty much for the reasons that I've listed in the presentation before these over here. Okay, we believe there is some good upside to this company as a whole, AT&T stock movements in 2019 itself. Many current issues have unsettled investors, right? Like I mentioned over here, the Time Warner deal and the appeal against the approval for the merger to happen. So once these are cleared over here, it probably paved the way for buy-side pressure to really start kicking in as well, right? And this is really the first stock that we're covering out of a list of 10 companies that we potentially feel that is probably going to do well in 2019 itself from our basket of IMP stocks that we work with in our community itself. So once again, remember, if you're part of our community, you don't need to go out there and scan all the stocks available in the market. You're given a pretty much a very concise list to work with, that we call them the IMP stock list over here. And they are all what we call A-grade stocks over here that you work with. They are the biggest, the best, and probably dominators in their own market itself. And then we'll teach you using our valuator model analysis on how to make sure that they are cheap on a 5-year time frame as well as a 1-year time frame, so you're ready to go in and you have a specific price target to go in on them as well. All right, okay, so this is our first stock that we're going to cover over here. Do like this video if you think it's useful to you over here, and do leave us a comment on what you think about the stock itself and you know, what you really feel about AT&T as a company going into 2019 itself. And yeah, leave a comment. And also, if you have a video idea that you'd like me to cover further after I'm done with these 10 stock topics over here that we like in 2019, do leave a comment and let me know what kind of topics you'd like me to speak about in my videos so that I can enrich and enhance value in our content for these videos that we're doing up for retail investors out there. Now, also do subscribe to my channel over here if you do wish to know more top quality stocks or the next stock that I'm going to cover in the next week. That's going to be part of our Impossible Top 10 Stocks for 2019 itself. All right, so as a closing note over here, thank you very much for viewing and staying to the end of this video and listening to me share with you about one of the companies that I really like going into 2019. And with that, just a simple disclaimer. Everything that's being shared in this video right now is really for educational and informational purposes, and it's by no means any recommendation for you to go ahead. So if you do like this stock and you do want to make a decision, please consult any of your financial advisors and make your own decisions and due diligence before going ahead and doing so. All right, that's it for this video over here, and I'll see you next week for our second pick for 2019. All right, thank you very much. See ya.